Welcome to the Hope for the Journey podcast, a weekday wellness tips program presented by Dr. Denise Marie, Third Order Carmelite. Dr. Denise is a professionally qualified clinical psychologist, health and wellness professor and coach, counselor, plus medicinal herbs educator. Each Hope for the Journey podcast features a well-being key from Dr. Denise, helping you meet your self-care needs for living well. Listener discretion is advised because this and other Hope for the Journey episodes may contain discussions surrounding behavioral health problems and other actual potentially triggering topics.
Hello, everyone, and a good day to you. Welcome back to Hope for the Journey, and I do hope things are coming along well for you today. My name is Dr. Denise, and in today's episode of the podcast, our topic is godly friendships, which is a spiritual self-care key for living well. I would like to begin with a self-reflection question for you. How many of your friendships do you think are godly ones? Would you say all of your friendships? Some of them? A few of them? Or none of them? Or would you say your friendships are with women of the world or men of the world? What are the traits of a godly friend, you might be wondering? These are the qualities that I would like to underline. A godly friend is a friend that shows kindness to you. A friend that helps you when you are down. A friend who supports you in adversity, in a crisis, in the tough times. A friend who freely apologizes to you when offending you. A friend who can bear with your limitations. A friend who encourages you and builds you up. A friend who brings out the best in you. A friend who makes you laugh. A friend who does not overlook making time to meet up with you. A friend who shares in your burdens. A friend who defends you when you are being put down. A friend who is willing to sacrifice for you. A friend who has a good character and inspires good character in you. A friend who holds up good values. A friend who keeps confidences. This is a list of the characteristics of a godly friend. And I like to look at this kind of friend as a flower type of friend, someone you can bloom with. You might be wondering then, in contrast, what are typical signs of a bad friend, of what a godly friend is not? In contrast to godly friend characteristics, what are typical signs of a bad friend, of what a godly friend is not. A bad friend is bad company, a negative influence in your life, one who does not help you up when you are down, one who is absent from your side when things go wrong for you, someone who is unreliable, who is concerned with trying to impress other people, one who bases your worth on your accomplishments, one who actually gossips about you to mutual friends and maybe even to others. A bad friend is a person who wants to control you, someone who may pretend to apologize when offending you but doesn't really mean it, a person who is clingy or needy toward you, a person who is unforgiving of you, someone who draws you away from your friendship with God. So, with these qualities in mind of a bad friend, it is important not to get too close to this type of friend, what I'd like to call a cactus type of friend, because one way or another, you will get hurt. So I'd like to move on at this point in the discussion of godly friendships to the science of friendship. In other words, what are the body and soul health benefits of having true, good, beautiful friendships? First, one of the benefits is it enhances your sense of security, makes a challenge appear less daunting. One research investigation found that having a friend by your side can actually make a hill look less steep. Godly friendships also boost your feelings of significance. For example, one experiment found that when a best friend was present during a negative experience, people rated their own self-worth higher. Studies also show that confiding in good friends brings about better health benefits than does confiding in family members. And this is because the researchers say that family relationships actually contain more complexity than your friendships. Further, godly friendships increase your sense of belonging and help to confirm that you do not have to walk alone through life. Science also shows that very good friendships lift your mood, provide emotional support in the direction of increased happiness. They even stimulate neurotransmitters, particularly dopamine and serotonin. There was one research project which discovered that when a best friend comes alongside you through a negative experience, people produce less of the stress hormone cortisol. Then there are the benefits of laughter in close friendships. Close friendships that feature a good amount of laughter result in improvement in breathing, a reduction in heart disease, as well as stress relief. Good friendships are also motivational. They are optimistic in their support of you and your life. Research also shows that you feel closer to friends when you have meaningful conversations. Good friendships strengthen your sense of purpose, support your immune system. Research shows that good friends are even better for you than getting regular exercise. Good friendships have also demonstrated improvement in the quality of sleep. Studies also show that college students who reported having strong friendships were half as likely to catch the common cold when exposed to the virus. So less likely to catch the common cold than their peers with fewer friends. Research additionally shows that people with strong friendship ties are 50% less likely to die early. So, in other words, good friendships serve in living a longer life. Close friendships also offer different perspectives, even things you didn't know to consider. And close friendships provide regular reality checks. So, as you can tell, wisely selecting and keeping companions of good character is quite good for you. Godly friendships are a physical health and soul care booster. So, for this podcast, I wanted to share a little about a celebrity who has not bypassed letting other people know about the importance of having godly friendships in his life. I am pointing here to multi-award winning musician, singer, songwriter Michael W. Smith. Together with his friends, Michael has collaborated to make TV, Christmas shows, and other inspirational concert events for the public. These friends of Michael W. Smith include the Oak Ridge Boys, Kathy Lee Gifford, and other talented artists, including favorite past tour guests of Michael. In effect, it is apparent that Michael W. Smith highly values keeping godly friendships. These type of friendships form part of his relationship lifestyle of living well. And in thinking about the esteem Michael W. Smith reveals for having close friendships, I thought it was a good idea to feature one of his pieces of music that is especially supportive of our podcast subject today. The song is well named, Friends Are friends forever. I found the song lyrics with the assistance of the internet, and I have selected a few lines for reading to you today. Here goes. And friends are friends forever, if the Lord's the Lord of them. And friends will not say never, 'cause the welcome will not end. Though it's hard to let you go, in the Father's hands we know that a lifetime's not too long to live as friends. The words of this song are heartfelt and convey the enduring benefits of having friends you can really count on. Godly friendships are a blessing for both your spiritual and overall wellness. And going forward at this time, I wanted to focus your attention on a little extra care for you and your overall wellness by featuring the following: a trio of health foods and plants that can support spiritual friendships in your life, which is our self-care key of the day. Yet bear in mind that in advance of trying these 3 items, which I will discuss, it is best to have a discussion with your doctor to consider your particular health situation. So, in service of spiritual friendships, I am underlining these health foods and plants as complementary to body and soul functioning. First, there are oregano leaves. A cup of oregano tea can be taken to increase relaxation and positive mood. Then there is possible use of the spice known as clove. Clove has both a warming effect and an invigorating fragrance that can refresh mental functioning and actually lower stress. Additionally, there are rosemary leaves. Taking a set of rosemary leaves in a cup can make for a lovely aromatic tea, especially with a little bit of honey. Rosemary can ease stress and enhance one's mood. Only recall the advice to speak with your doctor about using such herbs to assess their suitability to your unique health circumstances. Otherwise, I am pleased to be able to indicate oregano, clove, and rosemary as 3 gifts of nature, as potential aids to your spiritual friendships, with the aim of enhancing your bodily well-being as well. I also wish to share this brief item with you today. A post-it note I have written, a note to encourage you to consider spiritual friendships as part of a self-care plan for yourself. So I hope you will take to heart these words from a friend, actually from Proverbs chapter 17, verse 17. Have a friend who loves at all times, a brother or a sister who is born for a time of adversity. Next in my plan is the presentation of a phone app to support spiritual friendships, which in turn can foster your general wellness. It was interesting for me to find Introducing Friendly, a friend management and friendship improvement app, created by a person named Joshua C. The app description reads, quote, features: you can view your list of friends, Add new friends and view details about each friend. To pursue a shared interest with them by filtering your friends based on interests and closeness. You can see which friends you have not interacted with in some time, and remember to catch up with them. You can choose to receive notifications on your friends' birthdays. Add things about your friends that you would like to remember for your next conversation with them. Import all your contacts into your list of friends. This makes it easier to add friends for the first-time users. Friendships are like plants. With attention and care, they grow and thrive. When neglected, they wither away. In today's fast-paced world, where we have too many things to do and too many things on our mind, too many friendships are fading away. Nurture your friendships with friendly and never lose a friend again. End quote. Plus, going beyond this app called Introducing Friendly, you can remember that there are other means of help to learn about in our Hope for the Journey podcast resource center located on Instagram at Cause for Hope. Lastly, as a way of closing this evening's presentation, I want you to know that I have appreciated spending this podcast time with you to review today's topic, to talk about the self-care key of spiritual friendships. And please know that I personally wish you more hope for the journey of greater well-being.
The Hope for the Journey program airs weekday evenings from 7:45 p.m. to 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Instagram and YouTube. Dr. Denise thanks you for listening to her Community Wellness podcast and wishes you to keep in mind that there is cause for hope of more well-being.